Hello students, welcome to biology class. Last class we were discussing about the diagrammatic questions. So in this session also we're going to do the same. See, I was repeatedly saying this, diagram plays a major role in biology exams. So do the concentration more on diagrammatic questions, analyze the question, understand the concept and do the miracle in your paper. Analyze the diagram and answer the question based on it. So first you should analyze the diagram. So this is a diagram which represents the DNA. And what was the process it indicating it? So you should go through that first. So based on this diagram, below they were the questions. How does the process of transcription proceed? What is termination of transcription? Which entity is responsible for initiation and termination of transcription? So this question is from the transcription process. So first one, how does the process of transcription proceed? Now we're going to discuss the first question. How does the process of transcription proceed? Answer. The process proceeds from the initiation, elongation and the termination. So the process proceeds from initiation to elongation and from elongation to termination. Second question. What is termination of transcription? So what does termination means? It is end. It is the end process of transcription. So what is termination? It is the end process of transcription. When the polymerase reach the region of termination, the nascent RNA falls along the RNA polymerase. This stage is called termination stage. Third question. Which entity is responsible for initiation and termination of transcription? So what is entity here? The enter. So here the initiation and the termination process. So in this picture it shows the sigma factor and rho factor. So the initiation factor sigma is responsible for the initiation, whereas for the termination factor rho is responsible for termination of the transcription. Students, so with the help of this diagram, so another one question. Transcription and translation can be coupled in bacteria. Justify the statement. So the process of transcription and translation occurs in the same compartment. Okay, it occurs in the same compartment. Also, the process of translation begins much earlier before mRNA fully get transcribed. Hence, due to the occurrence, they can be coupled in the bacteria. Students, analyze the following given diagram and answer the question based upon it. So first what you should do, you should analyze the diagram. So what is this diagram? So what does the above given diagram represent? In the diagram, what do A and B stand for? What does the ROP code for? Is very important. If you want to have many copies of target DNA, what should we do? So these are the questions which is based on this diagram. So this diagram you should analyze it first. So first question, what does the above diagram represent? So the above diagram represent E. coli, that is Escherichia coli, PBR 322, it is in cloning vector. So first question, answer. In the diagram, what do A and B stand for? So in this diagram, A and B, so these are the labeling parts, right, for A and B. So what does A which indicates? A, it represents in 3 and B which represents B, A, M, H, 1. So int 3, B, A, M, H, this is 1. So A and B stand for int 3 and B, A, M, H, 1 which act as the replication of plasmid. Replication of plasmid. Next question. What does the ROP code for? So where it is ROP here. So what does the ROP code for? ROP code for protein. So which will be represent the restriction sites on the vector. So what does the ROP code for? ROP code for protein which represent the restriction site on the vector. So next question is very important. If you want to have many copies of target DNA, what should we do? Answer for D question. This ORI is important. Yes, because it is the starting site of the replication. If you want to have many copies of target DNA, what should we do? We should do the target DNA. It should be cloned in such a vector whose origin which supports and gives a many copy. Okay, so is ORI is important? Yes, ORI gene is very important. Students, next question. Analyze the following given diagram and answer the question based on it. So this was the question which is given to this question diagram. So below this diagram again you will have two questions. So this question, okay, the same answer which is asked on the different mode of another type of question. EcoR1 is used to cut off a segment of foreign DNA and that of recombinant DNA. Show with the help of the schematic diagram. So the answers are same but the question are different. Okay, so please understand this concept. Now, so first analyze this diagram. So this diagram there will be the combination of two DNA. So this DNA and another this DNA. So the combination of two DNA. So here the process which is involved here it is recombinant DNA. Now, so this set of DNA is called vector DNA. And this set of DNA is called foreign DNA. Where this DNA we are going to insert into the vector DNA. So there will be the combination of two. Now, so this will be the first step. So first, see the first step. So in this first step, so first you should study the nucleotide sequence pairing. So the nucleotide sequence, guanine, adenine, thymine, cytosine. So automatically the other end will be the guanine which is paired with cytosine, adenine which is paired with thymine, adenine again thymine to adenine, cytosine to guanine. So on the other sets of foreign DNA also which represent the same. Now the second step. So here you can see the second step. So EcoRI, there will be the cutting DNA between the G and A. So there will be the cutting. So here we were using the molecular scissor to cut the DNA. So what is the molecular scissor? Yes, restriction. Yes, endonuclease. Good. So with the help of this enzyme, restriction endonuclease, we are going to cut the DNA. So here we were cutting this end. Okay, in the vector DNA, we were cut AATTC. Here on the foreign DNA, we were cut them at the base pair CTTAA. Okay, so these are the part where we are going to cut it down. In the third part, in third picture, it shows. So there will be the reuniting of the vector and the foreign. So this will be the combination which is applied here. So this will be the ending process of recombinant DNA technology. So with the help of this, see here. So this G, okay, now ATTC. So ATTC. Now CTTA. So CTTA. Now this end, okay, G. So now with the help of the molecular glue, which is called what? DNA ligase. So DNA ligase is an enzyme which acts as a molecular glue where it able to stick both the ends of the cutting part of the DNA. So this will be act as the sticky end. So the sticky end will be done by the molecular glue is called DNA ligase. Okay, so this will be the questions analysis. Students, the question may ask based on this diagram. After the entire process in the diagram, what is the resultant A it indicates? Yes, Yeah, so the A, the resultant, which indicates the action of restriction endonuclease and thus forms a recombinant DNA after the completion of entire process. Now we move on to the question. EcoR1 cuts the DNA between the bases. What does EcoR1 stands for? Yes, so E, which stands for Eco, which stands for Escherichia coli, it is a bacterial name. R stands for the name of the strain, and Roman 1, which indicates the order where the enzymes were isolated from the strain of the bacteria. So next we move on to what are sticky ends. So what are sticky ends? So sticky end is to stick the DNA of vector and foreign DNA. So they are resultant of hydrogen bonding that act as a site for attachment for the separated DNA fragment and facilitate the action of enzyme called DNA ligase. So the DNA ligase which act as a sticky end to this process of recombinant DNA technology. Students, next question. Analyze the diagram given below and answer the question based on it. So this is the diagram which is given. So what is the above diagrammatic representation concerned about? The diagram shows step 1, step 2 and step 3. What are those? What is the result of at the end of the PCR? What are primers? So these are the following question based on this diagram. So now, first what you should do, you should analyze this diagram. So this diagram which is denotes the PCR reaction. So PCR, polymerase chain reaction. So it involves the 3-step process. One is denaturation. Second one is annealing. And third one is extension. So these are the 3 processes which is carried over in this process. Now, why we were using this process PCR? To produce the billion copies of DNA. So who was the scientist? K. Mullis. And with the help of the organism Thermus aquaticus. So this will be the source to produce the billion copies of DNA with the help of the process PCR. What does the above diagrammatic representation concerned about? So the diagram explains about the step which is involved in PCR technique to amplify the gene of interest. The diagram shows step 1, step 2 and step 3. What are those? So these are the step 1, step 2, step 3. So what are those? So the step 1 is denaturation. Step 2 is what? Annealing. Step 3 is extension. Next question. What is the result at the end of the PCR? So at the end of the PCR, the result will be the amplified DNA segment at the rate of 1 billion copies are produced. Now, the amplified fragments can be used to ligate with the vector for further cloning. Next, what are called primers? So these are small, chemically synthesized oligonucleotide which are complementary to the region of DNA. Okay, so this is a diagram where the above questions you're going to be answered. So here in the mentioned diagram, the another set of questions list the 3 steps involved in polymerase chain reaction, that is the PCR. Name the source organism of Taq polymerase. Explain the specific role of this enzyme in PCR. So what are the 3 steps? Denaturation, annealing and extension. So step 1, step 2, step 3. So the source of organism of Taq polymerase is Thermus aquaticus. It remains active in high temperature and catalyze the polymerization of DNA. Students, what do you mean by palindrome? Give some example of palindromic DNA sequences. And so this question may be asked in different mode. Explain palindromic nucleotide sequence with the help of suitable example. So first, you should know what is palindrome. So palindrome is nothing but the sequence of character which we can read from the backward to the forward. Now we're going to discuss the answer. Palindrome is a sequence of letter or words that reads forward and backward in the similar fashion. Genetically, a palindrome is a sequence of nucleotide along the DNA or RNA containing the same series of nitrogenous bases similar from both the direction. For example, C, 5 prime end, A, G, C, T. So this will be the nitrogenous base pair, hence with the 3 prime end, and again the 3 prime starting end. So here the adenosine, which is paired with thymine, guanine paired with cytosine, cytosine paired with guanine, thymine which is paired with adenine. So now you can see the palindromic sequence of DNA. So next example. So 5 prime end, G, A, T, T, C ends with the 3 prime end. In the 3 prime starting end, so G which is paired with what? C, A paired with T, again A paired with T. So T is A, and C is paired with what? G. Now, so this will be the palindromic sequence of DNA. So which reads from the backward as well as the forward, which the characters or sequence on the same. So G, A, T, T, C, C, T, T, A, G. So in English, we will have another example like refer. So this refer, so backward and forward, you will read the same. Students, explain only through the diagram the structure of a typical transcription unit. Show the promoter and terminator along with template strand and coding strand. So with the help of these questions, what we're going to draw? We are going to draw the transcription unit. So what is this transcription? So the process of conversion, DNA, that is the deoxyribonucleic acid, double-stranded into a single-stranded mRNA. So that it indicates the transcription process. Whereas translation, the mRNA which translated into the protein. So these two processes which will be eluded in one flow chart which represent called central dogma. So central dogma, it indicates the two processes, transcription, translation. Okay, now we are going to draw the structure of typical transcription unit. So for that, what we are going to draw? DNA. So now, so this will start with the 3 prime end, 5 prime end, 5 prime and ends with 3 prime end. Now show the promoter and terminator. Now we are going to draw the promoter and now next we are going to draw the terminator. So terminator is what? Ending of the reaction, ending of the process. So here the transcription process start. Okay, so in between the promoter and terminator there will be the structural gene which is responsible for that. So structural gene. Okay, now along with this we are going to mark the template strand and coding strand. So first will be the template and second strand will be the coding. So template strand and the coding strand. Make a note of this diagram. Student, next question. Observe the diagram carefully, ma. So when you observe the diagram, the question, what technique is shown in the above diagram? Give its application in the field of biotechnology, which is the most common matrix used in the biotechnology. So it is the diagram which is more familiar with the biotechnology. So think. So now you're going to listen the labeling the parts. Band, gel, buffer solution, electrode, here it is negative, here it is positive. So there will be the direction of movement. So all these concepts which trying to say, yes. Do you identify what type of diagram it is? Yes, it is in gel electrophoresis. So what technique is shown in the above diagram? Gel electrophoresis. Okay. Next question. Give its application in the field of biotechnology. So the application in the field of biotechnology is used to separate the fragment of DNA. Okay, after the DNA which is cut with the help of the restriction endonuclease. So what is the application here? To separate the DNA fragments. So after the cutoff, the DNA by using the restriction endonuclease enzymes, which is the most common matrix used in the biotechnology. So matrix is nothing but here we are filled with one of the gel-like substance, right? So that will be the matrix. So there will be the flow of electrodes which will be passed. It is easy to flow of the DNA to move attracted. Okay, so what is the most common matrix used in biotechnology? Yes, so it is agarose. So agarose, which is obtained in seaweed. So these are the answers. So what technique is shown in the above diagram? Gel electrophoresis. So give its application in the field of biotechnology. Yes, it is used to separate the DNA. Once the DNA, the fragment which is cut with the help of the restriction endonuclease, which is the most common matrix used in the biotechnology. So the agarose gel, which is obtained in the seaweed. Students, in this session, we studied about the diagrammatic questions from the chapter Molecular Basis of Inheritance, Biotechnology Principle and Process, Biotechnology and its Application, and some questions we were discussed in the unit Ecology 2. So constantly watch the video and do practice. Thank you.